In the twilight of the 20th century, as the world stood on the brink of a new millennium, Europe embarked on a daring financial adventure. The euro was introduced in 1999, a single currency intended to weave the economies of the European Union into a tapestry of shared prosperity and stability. This was not merely a currency, it was a symbol of unity, designed to simplify trade and foster economic integration across a continent once divided by conflict. The vision was bold, but it came with strings attached. Countries joining the Eurozone were required to adhere to strict fiscal policies as outlined by the European Central Bank and the European Commission. These policies included maintaining government deficits and national debt levels within specified limits, a safeguard meant to ensure the financial health of the Eurozone. The euro was adopted by several major economies, including Germany, France, and Italy. Among these nations was Greece, a country with a rich history but a precarious fiscal past. In 2001, Greece officially stepped into the Eurozone, gaining access to the collective strength and stability that the euro promised. The shift to this new currency brought immediate benefits. According to historical financial data, Greece experienced a significant decline in government bond yields, a testament to the newfound confidence of international markets. This drop in borrowing costs allowed the Greek government to finance its ambitions more easily, fueling public spending and economic growth. Yet beneath the surface of this apparent prosperity, questions lingered. Some economists would later argue that Greece's fiscal realities were not fully transparent in earlier financial reports. The allure of cheap credit led to an era of expansion, characterized by ambitious infrastructure projects and the dazzling spectacle of the 2004 Athens Olympic Games. Billions of euros were funneled into stadiums, transportation, and urban development, transforming the nation's landscape. Tourism flourished, further fueling the economy. However, this period of growth was underpinned by rising government debt, much of it sourced from international lenders within the Eurozone. The world was unprepared for the seismic shock of the 2008 global financial crisis, as banks and investors around the globe re-evaluated their risk exposures. Countries with substantial deficits found themselves under the microscope. In 2009, a newly elected Greek government recalibrated the nation's deficit figures, revealing a budget deficit much larger than previously disclosed. This revelation sent shockwaves through the financial markets, eroding investor confidence in Greek government bonds. As the crisis deepened, Greece faced a sharp increase in borrowing costs. Financial market data from the period shows a dramatic rise in government bond yields. Lenders sought higher returns to offset perceived risks. Unlike countries with their own currencies, Greece, bound to the euro, could not devalue its currency. Greece could not independently adjust its monetary policy to alleviate the crisis. These constraints, coupled with soaring borrowing costs, turned Greece's financial troubles into a full-blown crisis. The crisis threatened to destabilize the Eurozone. In 2010, Greece sought a financial lifeline from international institutions. The European Union, the European Central Bank, and the International Monetary Fund orchestrated a series of emergency loans. They created a bailout program that required Greece to implement severe economic reforms. These reforms included spending cuts, tax increases, and structural adjustments. The reforms were a bitter pill intended to restore fiscal stability and investor confidence. The crisis took a heavy toll on Greece's economy and society. According to Eurostat and other financial institutions, the nation plunged into a deep recession. Unemployment rates soared and economic output plummeted. Public demonstrations erupted as austerity measures were rolled out. The demonstrations captured global attention and highlighted the challenges of maintaining fiscal discipline. By 2012, Greece had embarked on a massive sovereign debt restructuring. Through negotiations with private creditors, significant portions of Greece's national debt were reduced. The restructuring provided temporary relief, but raised questions about the durability of the Eurozone. It sparked debates about whether Greece might eventually be forced to abandon the euro. The situation in Greece served as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities inherent in a shared currency system. It prompted a re-evaluation of Eurozone financial governance. As the documentary continues, we'll explore how Greece navigated these turbulent waters. The broader implications for Europe's economic future will also be examined. As Greece grappled with its financial turmoil, the ripple effects reverberated across the Eurozone. The situation laid bare the fragilities within Europe's monetary union. It prompted urgent discussions among European leaders on how to fortify the framework. The stakes were high, and the euro's credibility hung in the balance. The crisis thrust Greece onto the international stage, with its economic plight becoming a focal point of global media scrutiny. European leaders convened repeatedly, seeking a cohesive strategy to address not only Greece's immediate needs, but also to prevent similar crises from erupting in other member states. The pressure was palpable, as financial instability in one nation threatened the stability of the entire currency zone. In response to the escalating crisis, the European Union, in concert with the European Central Bank and the International Monetary Fund, devised a comprehensive series of bailout packages. These were designed to provide Greece with the liquidity it desperately needed while enforcing stringent fiscal and structural reforms. The terms of these agreements were met with mixed reactions within Greece, as the austerity measures demanded by international lenders sparked widespread public disapproval. The streets of Athens became arenas of protest, with citizens expressing their frustration over budget cuts and tax hikes. According to reports from the time, the austerity measures led to a dramatic reduction in public sector wages and pensions, further fueling social unrest. The political landscape in Greece shifted dramatically, with traditional parties losing ground to new movements that capitalized on the public's discontent. One such movement was Syriza, a left-wing coalition that gained momentum by opposing the harsh terms of the bailout agreements. Led by Alexis Tsipras, Syriza promised to renegotiate the austerity measures and restore dignity to the Greek people. In January 2015, Syriza swept to power in a historic election, capturing the world's attention as Greece's new government took a confrontational stance against its creditors. The election of Syriza set the stage for a tense standoff between Greece and its Eurozone partners. Negotiations were fraught with tension, as Greece sought to ease the terms of its financial rescue, while creditors insisted on adherence to agreed-upon reforms. The impasse culminated in a dramatic showdown in July 2015, when the Greek government held a referendum on whether to accept the bailout terms. Despite a resounding public rejection of the conditions, the government ultimately agreed to a third bailout package, under pressure from mounting financial instability and the threat of a banking collapse. Greece's financial crisis also sparked a broader debate about the structure of the Eurozone and its ability to manage economic disparities among member states. The crisis highlighted the lack of fiscal union within the Eurozone. While monetary policy was centralized, fiscal policy remained under national control. This led to imbalances that were difficult to reconcile. In the years following the height of the crisis, European policymakers worked to address these structural weaknesses. New mechanisms were introduced to enhance fiscal oversight and coordination among member states. The European Stability Mechanism was established as a permanent firewall to provide financial assistance to Eurozone countries in distress. The banking union aimed to strengthen financial stability by centralizing supervision of the banking sector. Amidst these institutional reforms, Greece continued to navigate a challenging path toward economic recovery. According to data from the European Commission, Greece's economy began to show signs of stabilization in the latter half of the 2010s. Growth gradually returned. Key reforms were implemented, including privatizations, labor market adjustments, and improvements in tax collection. These efforts, closely monitored by international creditors, were crucial in restoring Greece's credibility in global financial markets. In 2018, Greece marked a significant milestone by exiting its final bailout program. This achievement symbolized a turning point, as the country regained some financial independence and returned to international bond markets. However, the scars of the crisis were still evident, with many Greeks grappling with high unemployment and lingering economic hardship. The Greek debt crisis left an indelible mark on Europe, prompting a re-evaluation of the Eurozone's governance. It highlighted the challenges of maintaining cohesion among diverse economies. As Greece worked towards recovery, the lessons learned from its ordeal influenced ongoing debates about the future of the European Union. These debates focused on the EU's capacity to foster both unity and resilience in an ever-changing global landscape. With Greece striving to rebuild its economic foundations, the story of its crisis remains a poignant reminder of the complexities and interconnectedness of modern financial systems. This sets the stage for the next chapter in Europe's evolving integration. As Greece endeavored to recover from the depths of its financial crisis, the broader Eurozone faced its own challenges. The crisis had underscored the necessity for greater fiscal integration. European leaders knew that the future stability of the euro hinged on their ability to implement effective reforms. One significant development was the introduction of the European semester in 2010. This framework was for coordinating economic policies across the EU. This initiative aimed to enhance economic governance by providing a platform for member states to align their fiscal strategies with EU-wide objectives. The European semester was designed to prevent excessive deficits and ensure that economic policies were conducive to stability and growth. In tandem with these efforts, the Eurozone embarked on a mission to strengthen its financial architecture through the banking union. This ambitious project sought to centralize the supervision of banks, mitigate systemic risks, and prevent future banking crises from spilling over into national economies. The single supervisory mechanism and the single resolution mechanism became integral components of this union, providing a unified approach to banking oversight and resolution. Meanwhile, in Greece, the impact of the crisis continued to shape the nation's socio-political landscape. The austerity measures, while necessary for fiscal consolidation, had left deep economic scars. According to statistics from the Hellenic Statistical Authority, unemployment remained high, particularly among the youth, and poverty rates had increased significantly during the crisis years. Despite these challenges, Greece made strides in reforming its public sector and improving its business environment. Efforts to streamline bureaucracy and enhance competitiveness paved the way for renewed interest from foreign investors. The tourism sector, a vital pillar of the Greek economy, experienced a resurgence, contributing to gradual economic recovery. The crisis also served as a catalyst for innovation and entrepreneurship in Greece. Faced with limited traditional job opportunities, many Greeks turned to startups and tech ventures, fostering a burgeoning ecosystem of innovation. Initiatives like the Hellenic Initiative and various EU funding programs supported these entrepreneurial endeavors, providing a glimmer of hope for the future. As the Eurozone continued to evolve, the experience of Greece served as a cautionary tale and a testament to the importance of solidarity within the Union. The crisis highlighted the need for mechanisms that could swiftly address economic imbalances and support countries in distress. It also reinforced the idea that economic integration required not just shared monetary policy, but also shared fiscal responsibility and resilience. In the years following the crisis, Greece's journey from the brink of economic collapse to a path of recovery became a symbol of perseverance and the potential for renewal. While challenges remained, the resilience of the Greek people and the lessons learned from this turbulent period laid a foundation for a more robust and cohesive Eurozone. The trials faced by Greece and the Eurozone during this era remain a powerful reminder of the intricate web of connections that define global economies. The story of Greece's crisis and recovery is not just a chapter in history,